Knowledge and information. Nowadays, in any project, knowledge and information are very important topics that controls most of our projects. Even if we don't realize that they became a big portion of project management nowadays. So first, we need to know what's the difference between information and knowledge. So the information, it's data that are used for decision making, and this is it's a pure data in different forms and different shapes, and regardless of how they are received. The knowledge, it's a next step after information, which is uh, how the information gets into the brain uh, and added to skills, experiences, and what the person knows before, and and gets into uh, kind of help in making a decision in that way. So the knowledge, it is the understanding of the data and skills and experiences, how the person has it in or how it have it in how it's constructed by people and kind of absorbed that way. So when it comes to information management and knowledge management, what's kind of the difference between them? So the information management, it's the process how the data are acquired, collected, stored, retrieved, distributed, and so on. So all the aspects of managing of the data, from collection, storing, retrieving this data back, or sharing and disputing it, that falls under the information management. While the knowledge management, it is how we get all the knowledge that we have to get it to be used the best possible way to to help the interest of the users of the group. So the knowledge management, it's kind of getting all these knowledges applied in a way that helps the overall goal and benefit of the and the interest of the users. When it comes to knowledge, because this is kind of where it has information, it's data. So let's what is knowledge? I need to know a little bit more about it. So we can say that knowledge, it kind of can be split into two main categories. The first one, it's the tactic knowledge, and this tactic knowledge, this is it how everyone understands the data and uh, process it in his or her brain, so, and add to it the culture effect, the experience effect, and how you like things to be done. So all of that's tactical, that's tactic knowledge, and it depends mainly on person's experience, culture, and way of doing things. The second type, which what to call it explicit knowledge, which then knowledge that is kind of recorded physically and without like it doesn't have the effect of the human being into it, and kind of the process in the brain of human being. It is physical data, documented, uh, like images, or like CDs, whatever, any means or media that you can store knowledge on. That would be the explicit knowledge, and this is kind of it's more kind of in a more pure way than the tactic knowledge, because it doesn't have the person's brain to intervene into it. So if we go and let's say, okay, what are the assets that you have, and you say that if I need to do knowledge management, I need to have assets to use in that knowledge. So these assets can be information collected from the web or emails. It can be as well electronic or electronic documents. These documents can be in all the forms of documents like Word, Excel, PDF, letters, correspondence, presentations, all forms of electronics can be considered here as well. Meetings, that's kind of pure attended, records of conversations as well. Sometimes we can consider definitely the signed document or signed contract. That's a knowledge briefing or summaries of any report. That's kind of in a hard copy as well. That can be part of it. Submittals, definitely it's part of knowledge. So all these sources or assets of knowledge, those can be used when it comes to knowledge management. So when you have the knowledge, what we do with this knowledge? What are the activities that we do? So simple activities that we do with knowledge can be either discovering that there is knowledge or developing the knowledge itself, like developing a report and receiving the knowledge from someone or the information to be used in the knowledge management system. Capture storing that knowledge information in one media or any means, doing presentation, sharing, distributing of knowledge and information, reviewing them after that, maintaining or disposal of such information and data. So these are the standard kind of concepts, and generally all of these can be part of the knowledge activities as we come to the bigger umbrella of the knowledge management system. So when need to manage knowledge nowadays, with all the technologies, we have a lot of data that comes, and with this data, it's very important to be able to manage it wisely. Because if it's not managed wisely, it will be kind of a big issue, because you can have the information but you cannot use it in doing progress or making use of it. So that can be a very important kind of aspect of it. So for knowledge, it's very important that the appropriate tools and process should be used, because if used inappropriate tool or a tool that doesn't fit this type of data or type of knowledge, it will be hard to capture it and get use of it. Having some electronic system nowadays, most of companies or most of businesses or organizations, they have some kind of electronic systems that will record or kind of capture or store all the knowledges and sort it, and some of it you can easily access it like in digital form, which that's make it making things easier to retrieve and harder to lose, because it's a way of keeping data in a location and in a system that's easy to deal with. More than that, it's very important, if you have the data, if you have the tools, if you have the knowledge, if you have the storage, but you don't have the mentality that understand that it's very important to follow up the system and the tools to gain results, nothing would work. You can see some organizations, they have all these tools, but people working for these organizations, either they don't believe on these tools or they don't know how to use it, so they end up just neglecting them, so they are useless. But so it's very important to have a culture that we tell that those are important, and we have to deal with it in the right way.